Hey guys, before we start, I wanted to give you a formal welcome to Organized Gaming's Best of 3. My name's Michael, known as StillJustMike. On this podcast, together with my co-host Alex, known as Chizzy, we bring you updates, stories, guests, and talks, all in the world of esports. I did also just want to say up front, if you finish listening to this and you're at all interested in getting our takes on some esports-related questions or stories that you might have, hit us up at bo3@organizedgaming.co. That's BO and then the number 3 at organizedgaming.co. You might hear us read your question on the show. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get into the show, and I will talk to you later. Hey everybody, welcome to Best of 3. I'm Michael.
Hello, I'm Alex.
And joining us today, we've got Chris and Marcus from SXD, Shattered Dreams. How about you guys tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, we're a fairly new organization, esports organization based out of Toronto. We get to play out of a wonderful venue, Ministry of Game.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Shout out Ministry
place.
Game.
Right? They host us there for practice, training, and obviously we show up and play and compete at all of their events.
There you go.
We've been building our roster over the past few months, and we just broke into Apex Legends, and that's where Marcus comes along.
Yeah.
These guys have been taking off over the past few weeks. They've been in 3 events under SXD, and we've podiumed in every single event. So
That's amazing.
It's a really good start for us.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Definitely.
Thank you. Marcus, tell us a little bit about you.
I just started playing. Before I started playing Apex Legends, I started playing Overwatch. and
Okay.
that's where
Okay. Let's start with this. Marcus.
Okay.
Gamer tag.
It's Mabfour.
Mabfour. Okay.
Mabfour.
I'm like the third in my family when it comes to Marcus's.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
but
dope. Okay.
Yeah, I decided to make it the fourth because I'm like, new and improved.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4.0.
Yeah, there you
I feel
go.
you.
See?
The 4th time they got it right. There you go.
Yeah. So I've been gaming my entire life, and I started to get into Overwatch PC gaming not too long ago.
Damn right.
And then I transferred all my skills to Apex Legends when it came out.
Yeah.
Took off, started playing that game a lot.
Oh, so did everybody when it first came out.
Yeah, really.
And then I saw a tryout for SXD online on Instagram, and I shot my shot, and it paid off.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad you shot that shot.
Yes.
So the kid is amazing. He just got his first 20 kill game, and then he beat it again for 23?
No, it was 21.
21.
21. There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So he beat it again. So
amazing.
dude's a monster. Yeah.
It was so
good.
good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was fun.
Well, you were grinding that for a while too. I know. Like all of you guys, actually, all 3 of you were all gunning for that.
On that
That's
day,
true.
I'm pretty sure it took like 3 hours to actually get it.
Yeah.
It was just back to back. It was like, this was unlucky, or it was 1 kill off, or
Yeah.
But yeah, I still got it. So
Well, now you got to go for that big 2-5.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay. It'll come.
It'll come. It'll come.
Well, you were actually showing me, Alex, a statistic the other day
Yep.
that had to do with Mabfour. What was that statistic? It had to do with damage.
So I saw that on Twitter you did a little bragging.
Humble brag.
Hashtag humble brag.
Little
Yeah.
humble brag.
So what did you hit? Like 6th highest damage for season 1 in Canada?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. He's looking at me like, yeah.
Are you gonna do what I think you're gonna do?
Yeah, I don't mean to bag a little bit more, but I may be like number 1 lifeline in Canada right now for season 1.
No.
Oh, snap. All right.
Yeah.
No.
In
Oh
the
my God.
house.
Just
We've got a
checking.
legend. We've got
Yeah.
a legend on our hands. I
Yeah.
see.
So, dude's a monster. We already, you already know. All right. We brought him on today. We're going to be talking about a lot about Apex Legends. Sort of how it started and where they think it's going.
Yeah, one might even say that is going to be our episode title. I'm pretty confident that when you're looking at this right now, you're going to see Best of 3, Episode 1, Apex Legends.
Yeah. Bam. All right.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. First, I want to talk about your past tournaments that you were at. So tell us a little bit about the events, how they were and everything like that.
For the first event that we did, where it was as SXD, we all met each other for the very first time.
Yeah.
Right? And it went phenomenal. We
Nice.
lost.
So this first tournament was, what was that, like 2 weeks ago?
I think it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, okay, so a little bit ago. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't lose, sorry. We came second by 1 point.
Yeah.
And it caused a lot of uproar.
Yeah, who are these guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was still so much fun. Right then and there, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to grind this game out a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that happened. The second tournament that we had was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was the one where it was Battle of the Borders.
Battle of,
Yes.
that's right.
That's
Yeah.
the second LAN tournament that we had, and we came second again.
Oh, you guys crushed that one. You guys were all over that leaderboard too, all over the scoreboard.
We took over that.
Yeah.
It was not even close.
Yeah, we had 3 represented teams out of the 5 at Ministry of Game that day.
Yeah.
We had 3 SXD teams.
Wow.
And each was top out of the top 4. We had 3 teams.
Yeah.
So
There
we
you
had
go.
first, second, and fourth. I wasn't in town. I saw that and
And he came
blown
back.
away. Yeah, I came back. I got right back.
Well, it was
first
so
flight
it was
back,
supposed to be
yeah.
Canada versus the U.S., but the U.S. they just didn't show up. So
one team did.
Yeah,
One team came third, and I think they were like speculating cheating and whatnot, but
Right.
like our guys, they just tore it apart.
yeah,
You can't like these guys have been grinding so hard for this, and they're showing it. So
Nice.
definitely.
Yeah, that was good. Apparently, I was told that there was a bar in Oshawa that was actually watching our gameplay.
Oh,
Yeah, there was like 300 people watching it, and when they were watching our gameplay, they went like super crazy. There was a one video clip. I don't know if you guys seen this, but I clutched like a 1v3, and like you hear me drop my headset on the table. Our whole team just goes, "Let's go!" Because we were so hyped. And like apparently everybody at the bar just started uproaring.
Right.
And that felt really good.
You can just hear it in the distance.
Yeah.
Everyone, like, you just hear a conjoined, "Let's go!"
Yeah.
from way away.
That's literally all you hear, and it felt good because people are liking how I'm playing and the
Right.
gameplay that we're doing. So that was amazing. And then Battle of the Borders came up, and that we absolutely crushed.
Yeah.
Felt good to apply our skills there. OESL came. It
yes,
was
the Well Played Games 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one was a little bit iffy for us,
Really?
just because like we're used to kill races when it's like on a 2-hour time frame,
Right.
And we only got 5 games to play then, so the pressure really hit us, but we still banged out a lot of games. Like the 3 games that were the most kills that we had was from 27 to 29.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And we got 3rd in that.
Okay.
So
There you go.
that was amazing. It just, I don't know. It was really good. It was really good for these tournaments.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And especially for a new team, you guys are, how long you guys been playing together now? Like 3 weeks, like you said?
Yeah, like a month.
Yeah.
yeah, I think our first competitive tournament was not even a month ago.
Yeah.
It's insane. These guys started not even knowing each other, and just like through practice and
Of course. Yeah.
training, getting out there and playing in these tournaments, they're molding. It's incredible.
So,
to
well,
see.
how's the team chemistry right now?
It is so good.
You guys are gelling? Yeah.
Yeah. Like just the other day, we found out that one of our players is a really good sniper. So, yeah.
Just hidden talent, didn't know about it?
Man, grabs triple take.
Oh.
Don't even
yeah.
talk to him. That's it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
do your thing, man.
Oh, but so the snipers aren't that good in the game.
They're
Unless you're good.
unless you're good.
There you go. Right?
The one sniper that I can say is really good is a triple take, because that is from up close it one shot you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So like that's a no scope like sniper right there. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
The longbow headshot 110, skull piercer 120.
Yeah.
You know,
Guy
it's
knows
just-
his stats.
Yeah. There you go. But yeah, snipers honestly they're really underrated in Apex.
You think?
Oh yeah, a lot of people like to use ARs because you get more bullets to hit over the time and like to build it.
Well, I mean, it's a new game too. Everybody starts with the as close to a soldier class as you can. Right?
exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like with it being such a new game too, it's like so many people are coming in trying to be competitive because they're so used to just esports as a whole. So if you come in and you're already organized as a team, like you're just going to carry for so long off of just talent alone. And then as you guys are playing and practicing together, then the actual talent at the game is going to kick in and then you're going to kill like that. So I think it's really a good opportunity for you guys right now, you know, gelling so well as a team that it's going to carry you for so long in your tournaments until you get truly good, at which time you can just dominate the world.
Yep.
So what do you think of the competitive scene right now? Because there's no official tournaments or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all based off of. I think even Fortnite is still a lot of tournaments are running. The non-official tournaments are running like that.
Yeah, for sure.
The no private servers, right? So, what do you think?
For Apex, the competitive, it's honestly the way it's going right now. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It makes sense until custom servers come out. Then that's
when it's going to take
That's
off.
what you're waiting for.
That's what it's really gonna take off. A whole different ball game.
Yeah.
I was talking about that with Alex today, how like the fact that they don't have private servers, even that Fortnite doesn't have private servers, like
They do have private servers, just not for the general public.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to apply for it.
Oh, you have to go through this
You get
whole
a
thing.
code, and then they're giving it to content creators, like heavy duty content
Right.
creators,
And probably like organizations as well.
I don't even think they're giving it to.
Really?
I mean, FaZe must have one. Right? They give it out to somebody.
FaZe gets one of everything though. It's fine.
Yeah, I guess so. It will happen. I'm thinking it's going to happen really soon.
Sure.
I think it needs to happen pretty soon.
Yeah.
Getting those custom servers, and it'll give them a little bit more control of what's going on as well.
Yeah.
Which I think we need to see a little bit more of a governing body, and take the route of what other esports are doing right now. And if they do it and they do it properly, that game will have a long, long life.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Because I mean, like, just playing in-house adds so much value to a game. Having the ability to play in-house. I know that, you know, even in fringe to this conversation, games like Smash, right? Like, Melee had such a big following because all of these people would play together, because at that time there wasn't really all that much online that you could do. Project M is what made Melee really good for, you know, all the people who wanted to actually play online. Then, you know, Brawl comes out, and Brawl's just kind of a trashy game. So, but it had
played Brawl?
It
Who
had
really
online.
played Brawl?
It had online. That's the thing. It had online, so people were playing it, and it was really good for a while until people realized that it was really bad. Smash 4 comes out. It has online play. It works for people, and you know, it's not completely broken until they release DLC characters later on, and then everything just went to shit. But I mean, like now with Smash Ultimate, right? Like
Yeah.
it's a good, solid game. They're slowly releasing content. I feel like they're doing. I know this is the Apex Legends talk.
Well,
but
okay, no, but
to,
if you-
to draw parallels here, like they're doing it a service by having a place where people can play online randomly against other people, but then also against your friends, with your friends. You can it's mainly a party game. If you treat Apex like a party
That's
game for a
like
bunch of professionals,
three-person party game,
right?
Like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So you're drawing the comparation there. Like, how many
Yes.
characters does Smash Ultimate have?
Too many. 70.
How many legends are there?
10.
Yeah.
Oh, and I mean that's a whole thing that actually that's a pretty good segue into our next topic, which we're going to get to just after this break. So stick around, and we'll see you guys in a second. Welcome back to the show.
We're back.
We're still here with Chris and Marcus, and we're going to be talking a little bit about Apex Legends. And you know what? I picked up on when you were saying that you were kind of a numbers guy, kind of a stats person. What we've done is we've actually put together a small amount of statistics between Apex Legends and other BR games.
Oh, damn.
Right, so we got kind of curious. We're like, okay, Apex Legends, it's clearly on some kind of decline. And Alex, you did a little bit of
Yeah, like I mean, they broke records, right? When the game first dropped, it was like over 8 million hours watched in a single day.
yeah.
So
It's hard to be consistent with that.
That's a record that that Fortnite couldn't hit, right? So like they broke Fortnite's record, and they did that. And they did like 31, almost 32 million hours watched in its first week. They were the only game to hit 30 million hours watched in a week since like last summer, TI8 Dota, the international. So they were doing crazy numbers. Now you see, like at the end of March, they were hitting like 1 million-ish hours watched daily.
So it's it's a drop of like 7 million, people watching per hour per day.
Yeah, what's happening?
Our Apex expert, let's go.
I want to say it's because of like another BR game coming out, and people are like, oh, it's Fortnite, all over again.
But they started strong.
Yeah, I know they started ridiculously strong.
So like there was interest. Where did the decline come from?
There was like two things that happened. I want to say it's like either like the best or the top streamer on Twitch right now, Shroud.
Yeah.
Broke his elbow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stopped playing.
Yeah, that's true.
Decline. You know what I mean?
Huh.
Okay.
So that may have happened.
I'm sure that has a lot to do with the Twitch numbers themselves.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
I think they had a lot of influencers involved in the game in the early stages too.
Right.
If you were part of any of they were part of a lot of the early leaks of what was going on. They all knew what was happening, so they were already part of playtests, from what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
And you saw Ninja was playing for a little bit, and obviously Shroud played and continued to play. Dr. Disrespect was there. All those big names were there, and they're obviously gonna take over the Fortnite numbers, and they're gonna just play for a bit, as long as their little contract lasts with Apex, and then just go back to what they're regularly doing.
It's all Fortnite or
And then
whatever it was.
Whenever there's a Twitch Rivals or a big event where they can get those numbers back up, I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I think maybe now's the time for somebody to step up and be that new name.
There you go. There you go.
Best lifeline in Canada.
There you go. Be that new name and finally get somebody else up there on that influence
Absolutely.
list.
I mean, every time a new game comes out, that's opportunity for somebody to kind of stand on the top of it. Absolutely.
Well, so like who's leading Apex now? Like I know Dizzy was getting a lot of views, right?
Dizzy's getting a lot of views. King Richard, he's starting to get a lot of views too.
Okay.
I just saw his stats. He was at like 10K.
Oh, wow.
It was really pretty good.
Yeah.
Other than that, I forgot what his name is, but he's a part of TSM.
I don't know any TSM Apex players.
I was just looking at him on Twitch, but he's doing really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started blowing up over Apex too because his aim is really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great
So
aim.
that happened.
Okay, so maybe we explained the decline in the viewership a little bit. Do you think there's a decline in players?
Are you noticing any kind of decline in the game? It is only 2 months old.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
After the newest update, I want to say yes. Because people went from melting Gibraltars to dying to Gibraltars on Caustic because of that shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that happened. There was a lot of people complaining about that.
Right.
Ridiculous. But at the end of the day, you just got to carry more bullets, right? Carry more bullets and get more kills, right? So that could have possibly affected a lot of players there.
Okay.
But I don't know.
For you personally?
No,
Yeah.
for me. It's still an easy target. Just going to keep melting. I mean, hey. But nah, for me, it doesn't matter. I just keep lasering.
Yeah.
Do you have a weapon of choice?
Mozambique.
Oh, yeah.
Mozambique right here. Yeah.
Best gun, dude. 45s.
Honestly, I duel Mozambiques, just because you don't need another gun.
Oh, yeah, of course. Dude, it's a sniper. It's a sniper. He's so far.
Take 2 to my shoulders, 1 to my head.
Would you want the Mozambique buffed? Do you want it to be a better gun?
No.
Does it need to just stay a meme? Is that it?
Yes.
I see.
That gun will forever stay a meme.
Great.
So there's a lot of talk about the Apex just not having enough content. So we looked at we have some numbers here. Like, so in terms of guns, if you want to compare like Apex, Fortnite, and PUBG, Apex has like 19 guns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fortnite has
I put together this information, and in my little spreadsheet right here where I have Fortnite and guns, I have too many. So
they got a lot.
Too many plus a variant for every single gun.
There you go. Exactly.
It's madness. So they got a lot of weapons. PUBG has a ton of weapons too. 60 guns.
60 guns.
60
Really?
guns in PUBG. Yeah.
That's also too many, but Fortnite just has way.
I mean, but then it keeps it interesting.
Many.
Right?
It does, and that's the thing, right? Like it Apex for the 2 months that it's been out, for the short runtime that it's had so far, there's been enough time for those 19 guns to be circulated, and there's enough time to get good at those 19 guns. For Fortnite or for PUBG or for, insert XBR here, if they have a lot more guns, then you're going to want a lot more time for people to actually experiment with them.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's the maps as well, right?
Yes, the maps.
So Fortnite has one map.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
sorry.
Apex
has one map.
Oh.
Sorry, Apex has one map. Fortnite has 31 maps.
31.
This I did not know.
Playable.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Fortnite has 31 maps? Is this real?
This is statistics I found, and now that I said it out loud, I'm like, wait a second.
That sounds off.
That sounds a little off.
I've only played one Fortnite.
Okay,
I have also
PUBG
only
has
played
4
one.
maps though.
Okay.
At least there we go.
we
That
go.
one sounds a little bit
It
closer.
Fortnite.
But yeah, so it's just. Do you think there's not enough content? Do you think have you cycled through the content? Like it's just.
I think there is a little like on the lower side, but I think they do that because then it gives everybody an equal chance. You know what I mean? So
Right.
like if you grab an R301, there's not going to be a different variant of R301. You have the same chance as killing that person
Yeah.
because it does the same damage, same gun, right?
Yeah.
But in the future, I feel like they're definitely going to add it, like 100%, just to give people that.
Change the meta.
Change the meta.
Yes.
100%.
Okay, so the content that they did add.
You know what?
Battle Pass. Oh, sorry.
You know what?
What?
Fortnite doesn't have 31 stages.
It has one, right?
It has the one.
Yeah, it does
You know
have
what
the
I was
one.
thinking of?
What?
Splatoon.
How is that the same game? Man's right here getting Splatoon and Fortnite confused.
You were close though.
So close. They're the same
They're
game.
almost the same game.
same
They're
game.
almost the same.
Same target demo.
Listen, if you combine Fortnite where you build stuff, and Splatoon where you paint stuff, you could have a very nice looking neighborhood. So, all right, you were saying about Battle Pass.
Yeah, so that's the most sort of big piece of content that was supposed to be put out there. What do you think of the Battle Pass?
Touchy
It's a miss. It's a miss.
Touchy subject. For right now, honestly, I could say the Battle Pass was pretty good for right now.
Yeah, you think? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I like how they give you Apex tokens,
Okay, yeah.
which is amazing because you can buy anything with Apex tokens. But like, it's so much XP.
It is. Well, so I actually read that they're gonna be putting in a change, and I can't. Oh man, what was it? But they'll give you a battle pass level for every something that you do. I can't remember what it is now. Damn it. But they, so you'll level up, right? So that you'll actually gain a level for doing something. But they understand that it's just so much XP to level up. The leveling is so slow.
Yep.
So they understand that it needs to be sped up too. Do you think you mentioned a little bit about cheating or hacking before? What's your thoughts on this?
Oh my god.
Are they rampant? Is it as crazy as some people make it seem?
Definitely.
Or, yeah.
Most definitely. Like 1 out of 5 games you go run into one.
Really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then the funny part is if you have your stream name in your IGN,
Yeah.
like almost every single time when you run into a cheater, they will literally come to your stream and be like, haha, I killed you.
Oh my
god. So toxic.
These trolls. This is okay. So the toxic nature of online anything comes out. But yeah,
I mean,
the
plenty
internet.
of time to go on someone's stream when they have a computer doing the game for them, right? So,
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a question for you then. How do you spot a cheater? What kind of cheating or hacking is going on?
Well, I've only seen like 3 kinds of cheats. There's a speed cheat where people would literally zoom past you,
Oh, okay.
and I've seen that only once though. Yeah,
I've never seen that in the game. I've heard about it. I've never seen it.
yeah, they will literally like zoom past you in like 1,000,000 miles per hour.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
ridiculous. There's a wall cheat, which you'll notice like when you start to spectate them, even after they kill you or something.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll look through the rocks and start pinging people off and telling their teammates where they are.
Oh, okay. So like it's like a wall hack. Yeah.
Exactly. And then there's a aimbot cheat, which most common one.
Right.
Self-explanatory.
You can tell when someone's aimbotting because if you go down like really quick, because the aimbot only aims for the head, right? So if you start going down really quick, you start to speculate it. But
Yes.
if you go back in a fight, like say you're sliding through a rock and you go behind them and they quickly snap to you,
Yeah.
that's an aimbot cheat.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You can it's really easy to tell because you'll just get deleted.
That's interesting. I mean, we've been doing a little bit of research on bots and hackers in VR games. What we found is there's a difference between, and we're not really like IT experts in this one, so we're
Yeah.
not really sure what the terms mean, but internal versus external hacking. Internal is like when you go into the game and you're changing things about it. So when you're saying like, the speed cheat where people are, zooming across the entire thing,
It's an
that
internal
reminds me
hack.
of like Skyrim where you can like
Yeah.
actually go in and change your
That's a
your
mod.
speed.
Like
That is
you're
a mod.
modding
Yeah,
the
you
game.
were modding the game.
Yeah.
So that's internal. But external are things like aimbots that like use the data that the game actually gives out. So it shows you like, everything that you can see, the bot can see, but it just reacts so much faster than anybody else
Yeah.
could. So it's just playing the game so much better than any of us would, or in whatever we would hope to be. And these guys are getting their headshots every single time just by ways of, mechanical machine
It's-
learning.
Honestly, though, like I've been playing and I've seen people like I hot dropped and they
Right.
already have a gun and they're like they must have been like speed cheating or something. Like I dropped as fast as possible. But I've never actually seen it with my eyes, like them zooming by me or anything. So
Because they're too fast.
Yeah, dude.
I'm usually not alive long enough to see it anyway.
There you go.
there's this guy here. So yeah, okay.
Cool. So that's good. You know what?
Yeah,
I think
that was a lot of
we'll
Apex talk.
we'll end that segment there. Last thing that we want to go into the lab now. Usually, what we're going to have the lab be is anybody who wants to send in their questions or their suggestions or their comments about the show or about anything in general, really, they'd send it over to best of 3 at organizedgaming.co.
BO3.
BO3, that's right, BO3 at organizedgaming.co.
Yes.
But today, for episode 1, obviously, because we don't have that, what we're going to do is we're going to pose some questions of our own, right? So, basically, yeah, all right. What we're going to do is we're going to ask this question. I mean, Marcus, this is mainly toward the Apex player, but of course anybody else can chime in, anybody else. We're pretty much going to be talking about turning pro in a new game. All right, so in this case, obviously, we're talking about Apex Legends. It hasn't been out for that long. I mean, we're fortunate enough to have a competitive Apex Legends player with us, but since Apex is a fairly new game and it's bringing in, a lot of hype, there are certainly people who want to try to kind of break in to this is like their first competitive esport.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, oh, you know what? This is the time. Like, I see all these people playing.
Well, like you
and
were
we
saying,
don't
it's
have
opportunity.
super pros. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
opportunity.
exactly.
Anytime a new game drops,
Right now,
it's
people
wide
are
open.
coasting off of their talent. So,
Yes.
what do you guys think? And I guess you know what, this is a pretty good question for somebody who's
Runs an esports
runs an
org.
esports
Yeah.
org.
Say so, yeah.
What can somebody do to kind of break into the pro scene? What is it that they can do? What did you do?
First?
What did you do?
What did I do? The minute Apex Legends came out, I just farmed that game.
Yeah.
In and out.
You knew.
Yeah, I knew. Make sure you know the in and outs of the game. Well, before that, you have to play a game that you're good at.
Right.
Thankfully, I'm good at shooters.
Okay.
And
so you're an aimer yourself, and
exactly.
Then, yeah.
Right.
And that whole shebang. So if you're good at NHL, you might be good at all sports games or most sports games. You know what I mean? So when it comes to coming pro, just farm it. Trust yourself.
Trust
Shoot
yourself.
your shot.
Adapt.
Shoot your shot. All right.
Adapt.
You have to adapt to what's going on all the time.
That's true.
It's very true. You do. You really do.
Because that's true. One thing that new games have over existing games is that new games are always trying to adapt to their player base. They're always trying to do constant updates that many people may or may not like, right? But if they're doing it for the game, then the pro players, they have to be cognizant of that. They have to be able to adapt.
So here's a question for Chris then. How do you decide that in this new game you want to get into?
Ooh.
All right. Okay.
So we're going to make a team. This new game came out. We need a team or we don't need a team.
I mean, we kind of sat on the fence with when Black Ops came out, with Blackout. We saw what was happening. We saw what the pro orgs were doing, or the tier 1, we should say, orgs were doing and building teams. And we kind of learned through what happened and basically failed with that, and how we can basically run and find players like Marcus and get them on board with what's going on. We saw that Blackout was going to get competitive. It had the potential to get competitive. So while we were trying to build the team, and then Apex comes along,
right?
And we saw what happened with basically a lot of guys losing contracts and bailing out of contracts. It's still kind of in its baby steps, but we're seeing that as long as Apex stays and continues to grow and actually support their player base, which they should, because they don't have a secondary game to it like Black Ops did, that it is going to be feasible to have a team, which is why we're playing and practicing and investing in a team to make sure that these guys can get.
You believe that Apex will go esports, because right now Apex is not technically esports.
Correct.
So you believe that they will go esports, that there are going to be tournaments and supported events and stuff.
I think it will. It will be in the local competitive scene, and I say local as in every local competitive scene, not just in Toronto.
Right.
Because everyone is running their own events, so we are already making it esports.
Okay. Yeah.
It's up to them to decide if they want to make it national and international.
Them as in the Apex team.
Correct.
So you think they're going to push it there?
The way that they've been kind of going so far, is that kind of showing that you think that it might be heading in that direction? Or?
He's hesitant.
Yeah,
He's hesitant.
yes and no. Do you want to say anything about that? Do you think they are?
I honestly have no idea.
Honestly, I'm just, I want to see them drop we're an announcement we're gonna $10 million towards competitive or whatever, but it seems like they have other things that they may need to work on first.
Right. It's better to hold off a little bit. I mean, we're always gonna probably come back to Fortnite. They took a little bit of time to talk about this $100 million.
Yeah.
This prize pool that their 2019 prize pool, which was actually, that information was out in September last year.
Yeah,
right.
It was.
And it's just starting that now for this big New York tournament, the $30 million plus the $10 million weekly or $1 million weeklies. So as long as Apex doesn't take too long for another game to pop up and start the hype all over again.
Yeah.
And then it'll desaturate the BR market even more.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is what happened exactly with them. Don't wait too long, but it needs to get done.
All right, Apex, you hear this? EA,
Yeah, get on
you
it.
hear this? Respawn, you hear this? Yeah. All right.
So what is what's next for you guys? We've talked about the tournaments that we've had in the past up until just this past week, but what's coming up?
Oof.
I
Well,
primed you for this question on the way here.
honestly,
Ooh, I want to get to the questions you primed him for. All right.
now you put me on the spot and everything. Okay. Up next, honestly, feel like as a team together,
Yeah, sure.
we are trying, or not trying, we are pushing
There we go.
ourselves to be tier 1. Have to.
Yeah.
You must.
We
It's
must.
a must.
It's a
Do
must.
or die.
I
You see this mentality?
Yes. See,
Go.
I truly believe our skill
Yeah.
will be very, what's the word? It will be looked at by other teams 100% in tier 1 because
Yeah.
our communication's key, you know, everything. It's obviously it's still in the works, but honestly, the way it's going, it's there for tier
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
We just got a lot of practice and tournaments and win and stuff. Everything.
Of course.
It's good to hear that like you don't feel like you've kind of hit the ceiling yet.
Oh,
Right? Like there's still so much to go with this game, but there's also so much to go with your team. And to feel like that you have a long way to go and to feel like you're making progress while doing it, especially with a good team, that's going to take you far. I like that.
you learn every day.
Exactly. You learn every day.
Well, esports is all about potential, right? It's always been looking towards the future for future potential. Does this game have potential? Do these players have potential? Does my career have potential?
Yeah.
It's all about that. So yeah,
It really is.
as long as you guys believe, I believe you guys will make it there.
Just be on the lookout for X68 pick.
There you go. There you go. Chris, you want to ask Marcus a question here?
Now I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I felt bad, right? Like he said, you know what, don't put me on the spot. So I said, you know what, Chris, he was the one who said he primed him. So
All right. My question is, in the next 3 months, where do you see the SXD Apex
that's
team?
a good question.
Oh, man.
3 months. Where you at?
Oh, man. And
Where
honestly,
you at?
I see it absolutely booming.
Nice.
Like, for real.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
That's good.
The amount of work that he puts in, not just for XSD, but for us individually,
Oh yeah,
ridiculous. I literally can't ask for more. You know what I mean? Like, he's just
dude, he
always-
hustles hard. This guy's on the grind
guy's
every
a
day.
Hustler.
Yeah.
You know, and
I don't sleep.
he really
I'm, a
does.
vam-
Team
I'm
no
actually a
sleep.
vampire.
There you
Team
go.
No sleep.
Yeah.
Man, like even if I'm streaming,
career for
he'll be
a
in my stream watching me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even when like I'll just start my stream and he'll be there.
Nice.
He
Literally.
knows.
I'm a lurker.
So yeah, sick.
He has a
Appreciate
bot.
that.
He's the one setting all the bots on you.
Yeah,
He's the
yeah.
one going into your stream.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
I just want to see what's going on, right? I want to see the boys are doing their thing.
Well, you
Yeah.
guys just got Vertex on as well, right?
Yes, we did.
So do you want to talk a little bit about that? Have you worked with Vertex yet?
Yes.
Yeah?
Multiple.
So how's that process? How does that work?
So like for our Apex team, he basically his only goal or his main goal is to try to make us perform at the best and reduce like backdraws that we have. Right, so he'll have like one-on-one events with you, or a whole team event, or a whole team meetings with you.
Yeah.
You know, even at tournaments, he'll be right there in case you need to talk to him and stuff like that.
Right.
Which, thankfully, he was there at the.
Is it mostly physical, or does he also do?
No, it's like
It's all cognitive.
yeah, it's all.
It's
cognitive.
it's all cognitive.
Yeah.
I
So
see.
he's-
Okay.
I guess to add a little context.
Yes. Let's add some context. Here we
Right,
go.
so Landon Vertex Performance is a mental performance coach.
Okay.
So he's going to be working with all of our players and streamers to get rid of, let's say, depression and anxieties, and he's working with them to reach their goals in everything that they do. That something that might be holding them back, that they might not even realize, an in-game twitch that they might have, whether it be breathing or they might grip too hard on their mouse. Something that simple
Right.
can cause making or breaking that shot.
That's interesting.
So he's going to be working with our entire organization, and he's already been. I think he just moved here from Calgary
Okay.
to Toronto, and he's been here for a few weeks, and he's already like 100% fully engaged with our team.
Beautiful.
Which is incredible.
Fantastic. That's actually great to hear. I actually thought that he was like a physical, but that's great to hear. I think that is, you guys obviously have the talent. You guys have the skill. Those types of things are the going to be the difference makers.
Yeah,
Tier
absolutely.
1, right? Tier 1.
Yeah, I mean, when you're comparing, I guess, 3 different teams of equal skill, like it's the people who can, think better. That will end up doing better.
Yeah, overcome mentally.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, when you mentioned kind of all the things that they do, I thought, what, it's got to be like a viewing things out of your periphery kind of training, like a reactionary kind of thing, like still very physical, like physical reactions to things happening, being able to be cognitive.
Right.
But to go even further where it's like, no, it's actually, the things holding you back in your brain that they're working on. It's like, oh, wow, it's so much more than that.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's so cool.
Okay. So
our brain is our biggest hurdle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to be able to unlock that and figure out what little thing gets you off a little bit during the game, if he can help.
Well, if to give an example, I haven't. I play a lot of Dota, so let's talk a little bit about me. Yeah, I play a lot of Dota. So, but I'm not, by no means am I a competitive player. Like I can play, but I'm not a competitive player and haven't been in that competitive circumstance a lot. Joined a tournament, and there were some pros in there, AOE 2000, some like real pros, and we had made our way, up the bracket. We had beat some of the more like not known teams or like more amateur teams. It was an open tournament, so and we got to the pros, and I beat myself. I couldn't play against them. I froze. Because I thought that they were going to be that much better than me. I essentially lost before I even started playing.
Cracked under the pressure.
Yeah, that mental pressure, I just couldn't overcome. And I think it's going to be super important for you guys too. So
we saw that recently in a Call of Duty tournament. There was a team that basically they didn't even play the final match.
Right.
It was it was at a LAN tournament. They said, we're not going to beat this team because they had one pro player. And I was like, I would never. At least play it.
Yes, right. At least play it.
But they're already so far in their head and they're already so far gone that
you'll never win with that mentality.
No, it's total performance anxiety.
Yeah.
I mean, learn and adapt. Like there's a Apex team out there right now that's crushing tournaments as well. Luckily they're under our organization for now. But I told these guys, I said, look, you guys right now might be second place to that team. They're still in our family. They're still in our organization. But I'd rather be second looking forward than being first looking behind my back all the time. Because these kids are hungry and they want it.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, sorry. That's just sinking in what you just said. That's really good. I'd rather be second looking forward than first looking behind.
Right.
Oh,
that's what a quote right there.
That's good.
Thank
that's
you.
Some quotable
SXD
content.
Lama.
SXD Lama.
Humble brag.
Bam.
I think this was the first time that you said your gamer tag.
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah. I think that's totally how we've got to start every single episode.
Yes.
Is like say your name and your gamer tag.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
good to know. Well, you know what? On the suggestion for episode 2, you know what? I think we're gonna end that right there.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we had a good time here. We talked about a lot of stuff with Apex.
Thank you so much.
On a Smash tangent for a little while.
You did.
I think we touched everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We got Splatoon.
This man
in there,
he loves his Smash. He loves his Nintendo. So he's gonna he's gonna talk about Nintendo. Every podcast it's gonna come out somewhere.
Yeah. Might get a little dose of StarCraft. Might get a little dose of Hearthstone.
You never know.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
No end marker on his hand. Remember to put Nintendo in here.
Got it tattooed on the back of my wrist. So if I'll say one more time before we end off, if you want to submit your questions or comments, anything about the show or anything about any game really,
where was it?
You can send your stuff into bo3 at organizedgaming.co.
.co,
not .com. That was not a verbal typo. That was .co. It's a valid.
All right. We've been here long enough. All right, let's let these guys get out of here. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Hope you guys have fun talking about Apex.
Of course.
This has been Best of 3 by Organized Gaming. Thanks, guys.
See ya.